Live from Lincoln Center is made possible by a major grant from MetLife. MetLife. I can do this. With additional support from the Robert Wood Johnson 1962 Charitable Trust, dedicated to enriching the lives of all Americans through medical research, education, and the arts. Thomas H. Lee and Ann Tenenbaum. The Robert and Renee Belfer Family Foundation. And Mercedes T. Bass.
Mezzo-soprano Stephanie Blythe's commanding voice has thrilled opera audiences the world over. But tonight, she rekindles the spirit of the legendary Kate Smith. In songs like God Bless America and We'll Meet Again, the iconic Smith inspired and comforted the nation through the Great Depression and devastating wars. Stephanie peels back the layers of this legend to show us the woman within. I'm Audra McDonald. Please join us for a celebration as Stephanie Blythe meets Kate Smith.
Everybody, all by myself at twilight, watching the day depart, and in the fading twilight, happiness fills my heart. When the moon comes over the mountain, every beam brings a dream dear of you. Once again we stroll neath the mountain, through that rose-covered valley we knew. Each day is gray and dreary, but the night is bright and cheery. When the moon comes over the mountain, I'm alone with my memories of you. Written in 1931, When the Moon Comes Over the Mountain became a theme song for Kate Smith. Based on a poem she wrote as a young girl, with music by Harry Woods and a verse added by Howard Johnson. This was the first song she sang on her very first radio broadcast, March 17th, 1931. Each day is gray and dreary, but the night the mountain. I'm alone with my memories of you. Thank you so much. You know, this concert sort of started for me a long time ago, probably when I was a very little girl. Every year we would go and we'd visit with my grandparents just outside of Pittsburgh, and my grandfather was a great fan of singers. And he always had the radio playing, and I know that must have been the first time I ever heard Kate Smith, and somewhere it stuck. The earliest recording of mine is a cassette tape, a little green cassette tape that I found in my dad's drawer when I was a teenager. And on that cassette is my grandfather trying to get me to sing when I was 2 years old. And I keep hearing him say, "Come on, Stephanie, sing Daisy, you know, Daisy, Daisy." He loved that song. And I wouldn't sing. And he kept trying to get me to sing, and I wouldn't sing. And then all of a sudden in the background, you hear my grandmother yelling, "Oh, Lord, she's wetting the floor." Which fortunately I stopped just last year. You never know when you're going to be asked to do that in some sort of opera production. Now, Kate came to singing very early on as well. Actually, when she was very young, her family thought that she was mute. She didn't speak up until the age of 3. And the way her family discovered she could speak was beautiful. One day, she was standing next to her mom while she was playing the piano and singing, and all of a sudden, her mother heard little Katie singing along. And that's how her parents discovered she could speak. What a wonderful beginning to a voice that would grab us all and give so much comfort and joy to the country. 9 years later, she's about 12, 13, and she starts singing in local talent shows. Amazingly, she starts to win every time. And she keeps bringing home $5 gold pieces. Her family must have been so pleased. Can you imagine being a kid bringing that home at that time? And what was really wonderful was nobody expected this of her. Well, she decided that she was bitten by that bug. She wanted to be an entertainer. And no one quite thought she could do it because she was handicapped, you know. She was fat. Now, you can understand how this little piece of information would just stick right in my craw. But she went for it anyway. And in 1926, a man named Eddie Dowling came to her. He was a lyricist, he was a playwright, and he had written a show called Honeymoon Lane. And he wanted little Kate to be in that show. Her name was Tiny Little in the show. How exciting. She didn't get the guy. How exciting. But the show introduced her to the world. And what was fascinating was he didn't have her do anything all night long. She sat in the corner of the stage. And the audience sat there thinking, when's the chubby chick going to do her thing? At 10:45, she got up and sang her number. Half a moon is better than no moon. And then she did the Charleston. I don't do the Charleston. Strictly salsa, me. At any rate, she did the Charleston and she stopped the show. The place absolutely exploded and no one would leave. So Eddie Dowling took Kate by the hand and he brought her onto the stage. And he said, ladies and gentlemen, the most exciting thing that has happened tonight is that we have introduced this great new talent to you. And I am here to tell you that she has a contract. And that was the beginning of her career on stage. Written by Con Conrad and Herb Magidson, The Continental was first introduced by Ginger Rogers in the film The Gay Divorcee. Kate recorded this number in 1934 with a vocal trio named the Three Ambassadors. I don't have the luxury of a trio, but I do have a very sexy pianist from Tennessee. Beautiful music, dangerous rhythm. It's something daring, the Continental, a way of dancing that's really ultra new. It's very subtle, the Continental, because it does what you want it to do. It has a passion, the Continental, an invitation to moonlight and romance. It's quite the fashion, the Continental, because you tell of your love while you dance. His lips kiss you so tenderly. His eyes answer your song. Two bodies swaying, the Continental, and you were saying just what you're thinking of. So keep on dancing, the Continental, for it's a song of romance and of love. You kiss while you're dancing. It's Continental, so Continental. You sing while you're dancing. Your voice is gentle and sentimental. You know before the night is through that you're in love with him and he's in love with you. You'll find while you're dancing that there's a rhythm in your heart and soul, a certain rhythm that you can't control, and you will do the Continental all the time. Beautiful music, dangerous rhythm. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. You know, during World War II, songs had a higher calling. They were used to galvanize and comfort a nation and Americans fighting abroad. And at that time, radio was really the first social network. Not like we have today, where you're telling someone that you just went to Starbucks, and here's a picture of a kitty and a hippo playing in a field. And this was a social network in that everyone was brought together as a community because they were listening to the same person give the same message at the same time. And there was an amazing comfort in that. When Kate's first radio show aired in 1931, they put it on opposite Amos and Andy. And she said, "There's no way that my show is going to last opposite Amos and Andy," which was the most popular show in its time slot. And she was absolutely right, because 6 weeks later, they moved Amos and Andy. With words by Nat Burton and music by Walter Kent, The White Cliffs of Dover was first made popular by the wonderful Vera Lynn in the UK. But here in the United States, it was sung by Kate Smith. She recorded this enormously popular tune on October 30th, 1941. I'll never forget the people I met, braving those angry skies. I remember well when the shadows fell, the light of hope in their eyes. And though they're far away, I still can hear them say, "Thumbs up," for when the sun comes up, there'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover. see. There'll be love and laughter and peace ever after. Tomorrow when the world is free. The shepherd will tend his sheep, the valley will bloom again, and Jimmy will go to sleep in his own little room again. There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover. Tomorrow, just you wait and see. When night shadows fall, I always recall out there across the sea, twilight falling down on a little town. It's fresh in my memory. I hear a mother pray and to her baby say, don't cry. This is her lullaby. There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover. Tomorrow, just you wait and see. There'll be love and laughter and peace ever after. Tomorrow when the world is free. The shepherd will tend his sheep, the valley will bloom again, and Jimmy will go to sleep in his own little room again. There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover. Tomorrow, just you wait and see. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's a great song, huh? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. In 1952, a writer named Sam Bowl wrote an article about Kate Smith for Coronet magazine. Does anybody here remember Coronet? Yeah? I do too. I got mine on eBay. And in that article, there are a few very, very interesting quotes I'd like to give you. In the first 21 years of her career, she grossed just over $30 million. That's in 1952, folks. no adjustment. Between 1936 and 1946, she introduced more songs on the air than any other singer, some 600 or more. She was on the air consecutively longer than anyone in history, having done 8,000 radio and 300 television appearances. She set a record run at the Palace Theater, which was only broken by the great Judy Garland at 19 weeks. And during World War II, she traveled upwards of 90,000 miles entertaining troops. She launched 4 ships and 14 bombers, and single-handedly sold more than $600 million in war bonds, which she did through 4 marathon radio drives that were 14 hours each. Who would not want this woman to run their pledge drive today? Now, when Kate appeared on her radio and TV shows, she would frequently present what was called a memory medley, which is a group of 3 or 4 songs that are gathered together with a common theme. So when Craig and I decided we were going to do this show, we knew we had to write our own. And here it is. The last time I saw Paris, her heart was warm and gay. I heard the laughter of her heart in every street cafe. The last time I saw Paris, her trees were dressed for spring, and lovers walked beneath those trees, and birds found songs to sing. I dodged the same old taxi cabs that I had dodged for years. The chorus of their squeaky horns was music to my ears. The last time I saw Paris, her heart was warm and gay. No matter how they change her, I remember her that way. Softly sing of our love, and sometimes she would do operatic numbers with horrendous English translations. Lovely night, oh night of love, smile on happy lovers. Lovely night, bright stars above, oh lovely night of love. Lovely night of love, smile on happy lovers. Oh, lovely night, a night of love. Waking skies at sunrise, every sunset too seems to be bringing me memories of you. Here and there, everywhere, scenes that we once knew, and they all just recall memories of you. How I wish I could forget those happy yesteryears that have left a rosary of tears. Your face beams in my dreams, spite of what I do. Everything seems to bring memories spite of all I do. Everything seems to bring memories, memories of you. Thank you. In 1932, Shalom Secunda and Jacob Jacobs wrote a show for the Yiddish Theater called I Would If I Could. I love that title. Unfortunately, they could not sell this show to anyone. Even Eddie Cantor turned it down. No one in Hollywood was interested, and so in order to get something published from this piece, which was very important in order to publicize the Yiddish theater, they broke the show up and they sold it in songs. Well, they sold one to a publisher, the very best one, for $30, 15 apiece. 2 months later, Saul Chaplin and Sammy Kahn took that song and wrote an English language version for the Andrews Sisters, and it became their first big hit. Anyone venture a guess? By mir bist du schön. And in the first 28 years that it sold as sheet music, it made $3 million. The story goes that Shalom Secunda's mother sat Shiva over that song. Everyone loved that song. It was translated into every language. Even the Nazis loved it because they didn't know it was written by a couple of Jews. People didn't know what to ask for when they went to the store to buy this sheet music because the title had not been translated. So they asked for things like, buy me a beer, Mr. Shane. And my personal favorite, my mere bits of shame. Kate recorded this song on December 28th, 1937. Of all the boys I've known, and I've known some, until I first met you, I was lonesome. And when you came in sight, dear, my heart grew light, and this old world seemed new to me. You're really swell, I have to admit you deserve expressions that really fit you. Cute. And so I've racked my brain hoping to explain all the things that you do to me. By mir bist du schön, please let me explain. By mir bist du schön means that you're grand. By mir bist du schön, again I'll explain. It means you're the fairest in the land. say Bella, Bella, even say wunderbar. Each language only helps me tell you how grand you are. I've tried to explain, but me up is too shame. So kiss me and say you'll understand. So kiss me and say you'll understand. Thank you very much. Thank you. In 1930, the producer George White mounted a new production called Flying High at his 42nd Street Apollo Theater. This piece was written by a wonderful trio, Ray Henderson, Bud DeSilva, and Lou Brown. They were together for 6 years, and they wrote some fantastic music. Really, really terrific reviews. Kate played the role of Pansy Sparks in this show. Again, she didn't get the guy. What a mezzo-soprano. And unfortunately, due to her lack of experience in the theater, she proved to be a very bad straight man. And unfortunately, the gentleman who was playing opposite her was incredibly frustrated. And to make up for his frustration, he spent the entire evening ad-libbing one fat joke after the other. The other problem was that her father passed away while this show was in production, and she was not allowed to go home and be there before he died. And so she missed that last moment with him, which broke her heart, understandably. And unfortunately, the show was incredibly successful and ran 357 performances. But as happened so often to Kate in her life, something really amazing happened in the midst of all that darkness. She met Ted Collins, a young, enterprising agent who missed the train to Ronkonkoma this particular night and ended up going to the Apollo Theater and seeing Flying High. He went backstage immediately afterwards, and he gave Kate his business card, which apparently she ripped up and threw away because she thought he was kidding her. And he said, "No, Miss Smith, I would really like to take you to lunch." So she went, and it was the birth of one of the most wonderful relationships in entertainment history. At that meeting, they decided that they would work together, and with just a handshake, agreed on a 50-50 split. Now, I want you to remember that $30 million. She made good on that promise until the day he died in 1964. And he made good on his. He made her a star. Now, during this show, she sang 2 songs, Without Love and Red Hot Chicago, fabulous numbers, which are impossible to find. She never recorded them, and she never sang them again in public because it was associated with too much pain. But they're fantastic songs, and Craig and I decided that we wanted to do Without Love for you tonight. Not because Kate wouldn't sing these songs, but because they're great songs, and they deserve to be heard. And I want to sing this for her. I was so happy with the way the world was treating me. Couldn't complain. I thought my song of love had turned into a rhapsody. Beautiful strain. But love is gone and now it's turned into the bluest blues. Honest and true, I've lost the only thing that everybody hates to lose. What'll I do without love? Life is milk without the cream, and gone is everything I'm dreaming of. Without love, without love, life's a match that doesn't strike, and blues begin to fit you like a glove. Without love, there's something missing. Ask a friend, the dove. Without love, life's a song without the tune, and who would care about the moon above? Without love. Thank you. Thank you so much. I just have to take a moment to thank this amazing man sitting here to my right. You know, making music with Craig Terry is one of the greatest joys of my life, and I'm so fortunate to have this opportunity to sing with you. And every single time, it's just an even bigger joy, and I could not thank you enough. He also plays the best stride piano ever. Ever. Now, Kate Smith was an enormously successful artist, but it wasn't without her share of knocks. Those who didn't believe in her in the start, they sure did in the end. Because if you wanted to sell anything, sheet music, appliances, a television show, a box of cake mix, you put Kate Smith's lovely face on it, and it sold. Because the woman had integrity to burn, and people loved her. They believed her because she always told the truth. This woman made the most fantastic lemonade out of all the lemons she had earlier in life. And it reminds me of this great Kate Smith calling card by Harry Barris, Ted Koehler, and Billy Maul. What price happiness? What price happiness? Who can truthfully say? But with every share of tears we pay. Love is happiness. I've known happiness, but it left me one day. Now I look at life a different way. When skies are cloudy and gray, they're only gray for a day. So wrap your troubles in dreams and dream your troubles away until that sunshine peeps through. There's only one thing to do. Just wrap your troubles in dreams and dream your troubles away. Your castles may tumble, that's fate after all. Life's really funny that way. No use to grumble, just smile as they fall. Weren't you king for a day? Say, just remember that sunshine troubles in dreams and dream your troubles away. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Written in 1940 by Lee Harline and Ned Washington, this song won the Best Original Song Academy Award for the film Pinocchio. Now, Ned Washington wrote lyrics for such famous songs as My Foolish Heart and Stella by Starlight with Victor Young. He co-wrote The Nearness of You with Hoagie Carmichael. Lee Harline wrote songs for Disney for about 9 years, and he penned such gems as Hi Ho and Whistle While You Work and Someday My Prince Will Come. But I have to say that with this gem, he hit the jackpot. Now, the year I was born, 1969, Kate made a wonderful television special that was produced by Columbia Screen Gems in Hollywood. During that show, she made this statement: "I'm not a great one for looking back. As a matter of fact, I live for today and hope for tomorrow. Of course, my world has always consisted mainly of music, so I compare the times with songs. That is why Craig and I have decided to leave you with this gem by Ross Parker and Huey Charles. And we look forward to the time when we'll meet again. Let's say goodbye with a smile, dear, just for a while, dear. We must part. Don't let our parting upset you. I'll not forget you, sweetheart. We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you always do, till the blue skies chase the dark clouds far away. Oh, won't you please say hello to the folks that I know? Tell them I won't be long. They'll be happy to know that as you saw me go, I was singing this song. We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Why don't you join me? We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through just like you always do. Keep smiling through just like you always do, till the blue skies chase the dark clouds far away. Big finish, come on people. Oh, won't you please say hello to the folks that I know? Tell them I won't be long. They'll be happy to know that as you saw me go, I was singing this song. We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. And now, what you've all been waiting for. While the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us swear allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair, as we raise our voices in a solemn prayer. God
We hope you enjoyed Stephanie's fond salute to Kate Smith. Join us again next week when the New York Philharmonic unveils a shimmering all-star performance of Rodgers and Hammerstein's Carousel, featuring Kelly O'Hara, Nathan Gunn, John Cullum, and Stephanie Blythe. Till then, on behalf of Live from Lincoln Center, good night. Find us on Facebook and join the conversation on Twitter using hashtag LFLC. You can also watch additional performances and interviews with these artists at pbs.org.
Live from Lincoln Center was made possible by a major grant from MetLife. MetLife. I can do this. With additional support from the Robert Wood Johnson 1962 Charitable Trust, dedicated to enriching the lives of all Americans through medical research, education, and the arts. Thomas H. Lee and Ann Tenenbaum. The Robert and Renee Belfer Family Foundation. And Mercedes T. Bass.